Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt, and today I did want to talk about some Team Fortress 2. That's what I'm going to do, but really quick, I have an announcement. I'm going to be restarting for, I think, the third time now, daily live commentaries. If you weren't around when I was doing them, I think I've deleted all the videos now. I think I did get rid of them. Or maybe I made them private. I don't know. But essentially, I just did a live commentary, and I put it up every single day, and I enjoy doing those. It wasn't just one game either. I would do Call of Duty, I'd do Team Fortress 2, Gotham City Imposters, whatever I felt like playing. And I stopped uploading them when I started doing high definition videos because I didn't want them taking up my bandwidth or my gigabyte usage per month. Because where I am in Canada, there is no unlimited ISP. We have the highest plan we can get, and we're only able to use 200 gigabytes per month. And that's a lot. That is a lot, but I'm not the only one in the household. And like a half-hour Skyrim video is 1.25 gigs. You see where I'm going with this, and for every gigabyte that we go over the 200 gigs, it's another $2.50. So if we go just 10 gigabytes over, that's another $25 onto the bill. That's already pretty high because we have a 15 down, 5 up, and 200 gigs. That's the best plan that we can get. Residential without the fiber. We don't have fiber. Fiber doesn't run down to this area just yet. So that's pretty much why I stopped doing them. I'm going to be doing them again, but I will not be uploading them in high definition. They will be 360p, but I'm doing them because I enjoy doing them. I miss doing them. I want to put them up. So they are going to be returning, but I don't want them using up the bandwidth that I need for my other videos like Dawn Guard and videos such as this that I want to put in high definition. But what I wanted to talk about today was some of the weapons in Team Fortress 2. More specifically, some of the weapons I would modify or change if I had the capabilities. I have a list right in front of me. I've gone through all the weapons, and here are the ones that I think could use some slight tweakings. Now, I don't have anything for the Scout. The Scout, I think, is pretty good. He doesn't have anything that's really too bad, really too... He's pretty good right now, at least I think so. This is all personal opinion for me. Bear that in mind. So, I think the Scout's pretty good right now. So, we'll move on to the Soldier. And the first weapon on the list for the Soldier, I have the Liberty Launcher. Now, this weapon is very close to being balanced, but it's an annoyance because the reason that the direct hit is more balanced is because, yes, the projectiles are much faster, but you need to get a direct hit to really do your damage, hence the name, the direct hit. But the Liberty Launcher gets an increased rocket speed. Granted, it's not as fast as the direct hit, but it's still pretty quick. And they also get the standard rocket damage. The only thing I think the Liberty Launcher needs is a slight nerf in the firing speed. Maybe like 10 to 15%. Just so that you can't spam these really fast rockets into the same area that do this damage from the distance that they currently are. I think just a slight firing rate reduction would really help the weapon out. Not much, but I think it would really show in the long run. Now, as for other soldier weapons, there's just one more, the Beggar's Bazooka. A weapon that's gotten a lot of love and hate from both sides. This weapon, get rid of it. Just go. I want to see this weapon just gone. It's broken. And I don't mean broken like it's super overpowered. I mean it breaks the mechanics of a rocket launcher. It defies them. Loading 3 rockets and then unleashing them, yeah, it's slow. Yeah, it's inaccurate. But within 10 meters of your target, you're going to obliterate everything in your path. It's just, there's no reason for it to be like that. Get rid of it or nerf it down so that you really need to be careful about launching those 3 rockets. Right now, people just zerg in and hail rockets onto the target or just in any general direction, get kills and walk away. I'm going to quote Star here if any of you ever watch his videos. It is a dumb weapon in every sense of the word, and I completely agree with what he says. There's no thought behind it. But after that little rant, can you see I don't like the Beggar's Bazooka? We're going to move on to the Degreaser for the Pyro. Now, the Degreaser, it's a pretty good weapon. It's pretty much a straight upgrade from the regular flamethrower. Yes, it does slightly less damage, but the ability to switch from it to the reserve shooter will still let you win pyro battles pretty handily. Now, the only change I think it could need is the weapon swap should only be from the degreaser to other weapons and not back to the degreaser. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have the degreaser and you're fighting somebody and you air blast them, then you quick switch to your reserve shooter and you pop them out of the air. Then when you switch back to the degreaser, it should be the normal weapon switch speed. Or back from the extinguisher to the degreaser. You know, any weapon to the extinguisher, normal speed. From the degreaser to any weapon, 60% faster. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think that's the way it should be for the degreaser. Now, the other pyro weapon I have on here is the Phlogistinator. Now, this weapon, I don't really mind it all too much because there's no air blast. It's not as powerful, but the problem is that it charges up from all fire damage that you do. And now with the Scorch Shot, it's really easy to get a lot of fire damage really quick and just run in there with a Crits Flamethrower. I think the Phlogistinator should only charge from damage the Phlogistinator itself deals. Not all fire damage, just the Phlogistinator damage. I think that's a lot more fair because then in order to gain the Phlogistinator's power, you have to get in closer and put yourself at that slight risk. And then you can gain the crits if you're able to survive like that or if you have a pocket medic. But I don't think you should be able to stand back, spamming an area of effect flare gun and getting all of this fire damage, then running in and then rinsing and repeating. I really think that's kind of unfair. I really do. So that's how I would nerf the Phlogistinator. It's pretty good where it is, except that slight little bit. Now let's go on to a weapon that I think needs a buff. Let's get out of the nerfs. Let's go on to one of the heavy weapons, Natasha. Now, Natasha's a weapon that got a lot of love when it first came out, and now that there are other heavy weapons, it's pretty much a straight downgrade from everything that there is. It has a 30% slower spin-up time, it does 25% less damage, but it does slow the targets down when it hits them. But I think the spin-up time is a bit unfair. I think if you took the spin-up time from 30% to 10%, then it would be much, much better. It's just so slow. It almost feels like a brass beast, but without the extra damage. I think it could just use a slight buff to put it more on par with the regular minigun, because right now the slow isn't enough to make up for what you lose. I think it really needs just a slight buff, just little buffs up until it's on par. Just increase that spin up time little by little until it's right where you want it. And the other heavy weapon that I think needs to be a little slight buff would be the Tomislav. Now, the Tomislav, if you weren't using it when it first came out, you were missing out because it was the best minigun by far. It had such a quick spin up time because it didn't really need to spin up because it was a single barrel machine gun. Now, I feel that it got over-nerfed because all the hype surrounding it, because it was combined with the fact that it was a bit overpowered, and also whenever anything new is released in a game, everyone cries wolf and goes, overpowered, overpowered, we don't know how to handle it, it's overpowered. And I think that combined with the fact that, yeah, it was a bit overpowered, caused it to get over-nerfed. I think it should have a little bit of a movement speed increase. And that might be a little weird to you, but think about it. It makes sense in my mind because it only has one barrel, not 6. So obviously it's going to be a lighter machine gun. A lighter, not a minigun, but a lighter heavy machine gun. So I think he would be able to move quicker with it. So I think it needs a faster movement speed while it's deployed, and I think it would be much better. Maybe like a 15 to 25%, somewhere in that range. Let the heavy move a little bit faster with it. It has the silent spin up, but it doesn't fire as fast. There you go. Okay, so now let's go to the Engineer. And mini sentries, I could say mini sentries here, but really, they're not too awful bad. They're annoying, but I don't know. They're not the worst thing that could happen. Now, the worst thing I think the Engineer has is the Wrangler. The Wrangler, I think, completely... It makes sense for the sentry gun to take it over, but I think the buffs you get for using the Wrangler kind of outdo that, because the ability to select fire a target changes the game. Think about it. A heavy is who takes the damage for the minigun to protect the medic. With the Wrangler, you can just focus the medic, and that's it. You don't have to choose. And the thing is, the Wrangler, when you use the Wrangler, it puts the shield around your sentry so it's more defended, and it doubles its firing rate. That's insane. So not only are you selecting the targets yourself, but you're gaining double the fire rate. That's quite a bit. Sentries are powerful enough as they are, but the Wrangler breaks maps. It's so powerful. This weapon will take the most perfectly designed map and turn it into nothing because someone finds that one spot where they can put the Wrangler, and then there's nothing the enemy team can do about it. I think this is a weapon that it doesn't need that increased fire rate for the sentry. It really doesn't, because it's already such a beneficial item. It does not need the increased fire rate. I do not believe that it needs that at all. Alright, now the last thing I have pretty much goes for all classes, and this is the energy weapons. The Pomson, the Cow Mangler, all of them. They don't require ammunition. I don't know why this is like, oh, it's an energy weapon, so you can just charge it. No, no, no. What is the point of these weapons not requiring ammunition? There is no reason for this. I don't know, it just breaks it. Because managing your ammunition is just part of the way shooters work. And then when you get rid of that, it's just I don't know. I just don't like it. It takes away one element of the game. There's no reason for the energy weapons to have unlimited ammo. And look at the benefits some of them already have. Look at the Pomson. The Pomson does not need unlimited ammo with what it can already do. The engineer can just spam it and spam it and spam it and get rid of Ubers and... yeah, I don't think the energy weapons need unlimited ammo. I think if you gave them limited ammo, they would be a bit better off. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much everything that I have in front of me. It's not much, and just some slight stuff. I'm probably wrong on a lot of it, I really am, but what would you do in any game, not just Team Fortress 2, in any shooter, any MMO, any MOBA, what would you do? What changes would you make if you were given the power to make things a bit more balanced? At least is how you see it. Are there weapons or characters or classes you would get rid of? Are there ones you would add? Just let me know down in the comments. Just whatever, you know? What would you do if you had the power to? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. My name is Matt, and I'll see you next time.